What's up everyone, this is Minnie and today I'm coming at you with my build for the new ship Iwami. Now, before we get into that, a couple reminders. One, I did receive this ship from Wargaming as a community contributor for the purposes of testing and review. Second, if you're looking for my review of the Iwami, that has already been released earlier today, and you will be able to find the link to that either by going to my channel or down below in the description. Now, let's get into this. So the Iwami is the new Tier 9 premium Japanese battleship. Comes boasting decent artillery with a 4x2 410mm guns, as well as 20-kilometer torpedoes, and some decent secondaries. But let's talk about how we build her. So when we build her out, if you've watched my review, you'll understand why I say this, but if you haven't, do not build her as a secondary boat. She does not have the health, she does not have the durability to survive as a secondary brawling boat despite the 80,000 health. She's not like a Georgia where she feels she has that ability and she can stay a little bit further away. She's got to be in closer due to the shorter range secondaries, and she gets punished hard for it. So, your first point is going to go into gun feeder. Being able to switch those shells is always useful. Second point, I like to take brisk because I love having the increased ship speed, especially when undetected. Third set of points, you're going to want to get your adrenaline rush, and you're going to want to get basics of survivability. You're going to want to avoid those fires and floods, especially because, like I said, you need every bit of health you can get, and adrenaline rush is really nice for getting those guns firing quicker. At level 4, I love emergency repair expert to get the extra heal, as well as concealment expert to get that lower detectability to help combine with brisk. After that, you've got some options. Some people say, Minnie, I don't care, I want the longer range secondaries regardless. I'm going to take 3 points there, spend 1 point on something that's a tier 1 skill. You can do that. I don't recommend it, but you can do it. My build is I went for grease the gears to be able to turn my guns quicker, along with emergency repair specialist and preventative maintenance. However, the other build that is just as acceptable that you can go with is get rid of all of those and put the 4 points into fire prevention expert. Either of those builds is viable. Some people will want the fire prevention expert because they're going to be playing that closer range and they want to avoid getting the double fires. Some are going to say, I'd rather play a little further, be able to turn my turrets quicker, be able to do my repairs a little quicker, be able to avoid losing my main turrets, my torpedoes, or my steering gear and engine. Either one is up to you. Next up, let's talk about the equipment on the Iwami. So for the Iwami, you're going to want to start pretty standard. Main Armaments Mod 1 in the first slot, Engine Room Protection in the second slot. Third slot, you really want the aiming systems modification to make the guns feel a little bit more accurate, get you that advantage. It also gives you the ability of having a little bit longer secondary battery firing range. Fourth slot, I love prop mod on any battleship because it is just such a good skill. In the fifth slot, you're going to want concealment system modification to get that concealment lower. And then in the sixth slot, because you've already got 22.3 kilometer range, I don't take the extra range. I'd rather have the reload, and then because I run grease the gears, I balance out my traverse speed loss with it. But you can, if you say you want to sit further back, you can go here. But with 410s, I don't think you need the longer range, and the artillery armaments modification just isn't worth it. Finally, let's talk about the exterior. Now, for camos, you only have one choice right now. For signals, we're not going to talk about economic or special because with the patch coming out in just a couple of days, the economic system is going to be changed, so it's not worth talking about. For combat, you definitely want to consider taking the secondary battery firing range because it's nice to have that little bit extra range for if something does pop up. I like taking India X-Ray and Victor Lima if I'm going to run those just to get the chance of fire being added. You definitely want to have quicker ship reload time on consumables as well as ship speed. And then I like to take the repair party on any battleship I play along with the ability to get lower flooding and lower firing times because that saves you quite a lot. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed my build for the Iwami. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe to my channel to help me keep making great content. As always, this is Minnie, signing off.